everybody, and welcome to Taiwan Talk, an audio show where we explore news and topics from and about Taiwan. I'm today's host, Trevor Tortomasi, and for this episode, I had the privilege of traveling to Taiwan's prestigious Cloud Gate Theater. The theater itself is in Danshui, in the north of Taiwan, in a grand historic building surrounded by beautiful fields near the ocean. But the organization, the Cloud Gate Dance Theater of Taiwan, was founded in 1973 and has been promoting cultural activities all over the world ever since. When I arrived at the theater, I spoke with Ching-chun. She joined Cloud Gate in 1983, and she is now the Associate Artistic Director of Cloud Gate Dance Theater.
I start from as a dancer and then the rehearsal director and the Associate Artistic Director right now.
I started by asking her a bit about the name Cloud Gate, or Yunmen in Chinese. I've read that Cloud Gate was the name of an ancient Chinese dance?
Yes.
So is that where the name comes from?
This is the ancient ritual dance. According to the history, it appeared 5,000 years ago. And nobody knows the dance looks like, how is it dance. But when Mr. Lin founded the company with the dancers,
she's talking about Lin Huaimin, the original founder of Cloud Gate, and a prolific dancer, choreographer, and artistic leader. He retired from his position last year in 2020, but he still remains a vibrant, influential, and historic figure in Taiwan's dance theater scene.
He doesn't want the company named after his own name. Like at that time, American modern dance company would be Martha Graham Company or Jose Limon Company. But he thought they want the company together belongs to Taiwan. And there's a Cloud Gate Yunmen. It's a beautiful name. And again, in the ancient time, dance, Wu, relate to Wu, shaman. So the only shaman dance. The dance is the communication between people and the god.
So when did you start dancing?
I started dancing when I was 13, but I joined the company when I was 17.
When did you know that it was what you wanted to do for life?
When I was 13. When I first day, I walked into a small local studio. I thought this is something I have to do.
So for the process of creating a dance, I'm sure it doesn't just happen in a day, but how does it start? What comes to your mind, or what do you do that you start to think, okay, I can make this into something?
I think the fascination about dance is the movement. When you move, there's a life talking to yourself. And I think all the dancers they enjoy moving. But then gradually you become professional. You have to become an artist. You can't just enjoy moving. So you have to start investigating how to do a movement better or in a more expressive way. You have to become an expert in what you're doing. You can't just simply enjoy it. And sometimes that's agony because it's a lot of repetition, a lot of criticism, and a lot of hard working. And overall, the body is strong, body is also fragile. A lot of working, you cause injury, you cause frustration. So they come all together.
And where else do you find inspiration for dance?
Life, people, and nature, and reading. All kinds of things. I think when you become an artist, it's that sensitivity. The sensitivity is different. Every little thing can give you a lot of inspiration. It's quantity become quality. Yeah. The more you do, the more you realize the essence, the principle is important. But you need to go so far. Our martial art teacher says, necessary waste. You need to waste your energy and your time in a necessary way because that's, what you don't need anymore. You need to go through that process. I've been working here 38 years. For the past 20-something years, my father, every year, come to Chinese New Year, he would beg me to find a proper job. Until the year I received a national award, he gave up. So I would say Cloud Gate, Mr. Lin bring dancers into a status that people can approve. Oh, that can be a career. When I was little, it would just call you the dancing girl, whatever dancing girl. There's no such job called dancer. So financially, all kind of aspect, it's difficult, even till now. Even till now, we have such big house. Doesn't mean we have money. You deliver quality performance. You deliver creative value in your new work. It had to be there. The audience then will believe in you, will support you. So it's the quality. Quality matters.
What do you feel was your best performance? What is something that stands out to you? What is your favorite?
The clip, I sent it to you.
Miss Lee is talking about a video clip of one of her most famous performances, a solo dance in the production called Portrait of the Families. She sent it to me before the interview, but it also came up many times in my research.
Not very. I think I would say very close to myself. Yes, sometimes a work come out with a lot of effort, like you between choreographer, fighting, discussing, and trying a lot of things. But some work and some role it just come out like a gift. Like it's a gift from the Buddha. When you talk to choreographer, he was thinking doing this and that, and the idea, small idea, but it come out really naturally, like we understand each other. And so some kind in my lifetime, there's one or two work, they come out like naturally, like it was already in this body. And it's just opportunity to come out. And then you see yourself, you say, oh, is that me? My family or my husband say, is that you? Yes, it's part of you. You don't know, it's through art. You can't see yourself, the hidden you. Oh, it's always there.
What kinds of places have you traveled to?
Worldwide, we perform most of the continents, major festival, major theater, opera house. In Taiwan, we do outdoor performance. Outside of National Theater, we have outreach program. We try to reach to the tip of the mountain and to a very small school to have dance as an interaction with the children. So all kind of stage, a simple stadium can be a stage. A beautiful opera house can be a stage. And my extraordinary experience was doing an outdoor performance in Hualien, actually facing the Pacific Ocean.
That's amazing.
That's amazing. And you have whole Hualien, about 60% of the Hualien residents come out at that night and sit on the grass with the moon, with the wind, and with the sound of ocean.
Did you say 60%?
60% of the Hualien, yeah.
Of Hualien City?
Yeah, they come out.
Quick note, I checked with Miss Lee's assistant, Sally, and this is actually true. Google says the population of Hualien City proper was just a little over 100,000 in the year 2014, and this performance was about 20 years ago. Miss Lee says she remembers after the performance, Mr. Lin Huaimin exclaimed excitedly backstage, "We've never seen so many people gather in Hualien. It should be more than half the city here tonight." Seriously, that blows my mind.
On average, you attract 10 to 20,000, even 30,000 people in one night to come to this free outdoor performance. And that can be a beautiful stage.
What kinds of technology do your performance include? Maybe you have ropes or swings, lights, kind of advanced props. How technical might it get during a performance?
Technical is not the main focus for a dance performance. It's how the movement can be explored in a creative way. And then technical will be supported, what the dancers requires, what the dance needs. So it's not so much spectacle in terms of technology as such, but it is supportive elements. Yes.
I saw your performance too. It started with a lot of hand motion,
yes,
and then it slowly enlarged to you moving your entire body.
Yes, so lighting is a very important theater element, and music, and setting, and costume, and everything. And coming to support movement. So movement is a priority. Yeah, we used to have a piece called Moonwater, Mr. Ling's landmark. And Moonwater, there have to be water on stage. But how could you dance on the water and with moon? So there's a lot of design which to challenge a designer. Like I want the water at certain times, and I want the water elegantly and to shine with the moon. So choreographer is the one who's a magician. They have to have all kinds of idea, and the creative team, the artists, we work together and work it out, how it works on stage. That requires a lot of technical, but technical is for supporting the dance.
I've seen a lot of the performances include glorious, beautiful music, lots of instruments playing along with the performances. How often is there singing? Do any of the dancers also sing, or is that not a part of the dancing usually?
Singing is not actually what the dancers do. But our artist director now, Mr. Zheng Zhonglong, he likes to explore the element of voice and the elements of drama into his piece. So now, Cowgate dancers, they do have to use their voice and the movement all the time and explore something new and challenging. But singing is not quite of a dancer's job. But now, poor dancers, they have to be able to do everything.
So for this theater, there are many people dancing. Who is in charge usually of choreographing each performance?
Choreographer, the artist director, or the resident choreographers.
Okay, I know my question sounds pretty silly in retrospect. Obviously, it's the choreographers. But I really wanted to get a picture of the collaboration of dance design. I think Miss Lee explains it well.
They decide the artistic direction of the company. And then the dancers work together with the choreographer. I would say most materials coming from dancers. The director gives a direction, but then within the idea, we can play. Everybody can contribute in a very different individual way, and that put together, and then choreographer edit or put according to his threads and his arrangement. But that is a collaboration between dancers and the choreographer.
And how much time do you spend rehearsing for a show? Maybe is it planned for 3 months from then when you begin, or do you plan a year ahead of time? Or
here, dancers working every day, 8 hours a day, 6 hours rehearsal, and they start with a class in the morning. It can be Tai Chi, can be Chinese internal martial arts, can be ballet, can be contemporary. For a new work to be done, at least 1 year preparation, only physically involved. But idea for the choreographer, I believe they have to start much earlier. And what kind of creative team they like to have and working together. So for choreographer, that idea had to come up much earlier, at least 2-3 years. Sometimes for a long, long time, like for Mr. Lin's some idea in his mind, at least for 10 years, and he doesn't know how to start with. And maybe after 10 years, he knew that's where the point to cut in and to start with. So it's a long process. And after premiere, the work still has a space to become better. So you still continue to drill, to change, to see what's a new possibility.
how many years do dancers usually perform until they retire?
Retired. It varies. It depends on individual. I have several colleagues, when they retire, they are 50 years old. For dancers, that is very unusual. But we have
unusually low or unusually high?
Usually senior.
Okay.
Oh, on average, I would say ballet dancer, they dance for 10 years. 20 to 30, that's it. Gymnastic, they end at 20. Yeah, even
it seems like it's pretty hard on the body,
yes.
Yeah.
Ballet, maybe 30-ish. And so if you can dance till 50, that is very unusual. And because in Taiwan, the training, the way we train dancers, ballet, contemporary, but we also do Qigong, we also do meditation. There's something internally make you stronger, not just outwards, something's inwards. And for the well-being, I think it's more balanced, it's healthier.
Quick aside here before the next question. I was researching Mr. Lin Huaimin, and I found the most interesting anecdote. It said that when new dancers would join the company, if they were not accustomed to reading books, Mr. Lin would try to foster that habit. Here's an excerpt from Taiwan's Ministry of Culture website. If Mr. Lin sees a new member of the company after a performance with nothing to do, he will give them a book and then ask a couple of days later, "How is that book? Is it well written?" Since the dancers know that the master will ask, over time they just naturally settle down and start to read. How awesome is that?
The Lin is an educator, and then he's a choreographer.
Educator first, choreographer second.
Yes, he always wants us to read, to know things, to know how art can correlate to life, can correlate to other art form. So when we tour abroad, Going to museum, that is a very important schedule in the performing schedule. Yeah, he liked us to know the world, to know how people live, to know the arts. And therefore, you become a rich performer. You not just have a good skill, and you can grow.
Are you passing this tradition on to? Are you encouraging all your young dancers to read books as well whenever they can?
Yes, they should know everything. Yeah.
And have you worked closely with Lin Huaimin in dancing together, or was he directing usually?
Yeah, I worked with him for a very long time, more than 30 years. Mr. Lin is an educator. Mr. Lin is a politician. I say he's a politician. He's activist. I think in his time, he as a young guy, Taiwan in a very difficult condition, in a very difficult political situation. So I think that cultivate that generation of artists has a very big vision, very gutsy.
Gutsy, it's such a good word, yes.
Very gutsy. They're not afraid of anything because we got nothing anyway, nothing to lose. Either you all here or you go out. There's no such half and half. So yes, dance can be entertainment, but working with Mr. Lin is more like a revolution.
Has anything changed since Mr. Lin retired?
Even Mr. Lin is not retired. Things is always changing.
Okay.
Yes, apparently we changed a new artist director, Zheng Zhonglong, who was in the Cloudgate too, was part of Cloudgate, so he understands what is the importance having Cloudgate continue to function. People has a spiritual need for arts. So he leads us to taking a big step for a big adventure. So we are so grateful because every choreographer is different, but he knows what we should go and what we can go with more encouragement, a bigger step. It's wonderful. I mean, it's difficult, but it's always wonderful because you're alive.
Just a little bit about the history of this place. The Cloudgate Theater was founded in 1973. Mm-hmm. In 2008, it seems there was a sort of disaster.
Mm-hmm.
On February 11th, 2008, a fire destroyed the Cloudgate Dance Theater studio and production archives dating back to 1975. It was a terrible tragedy.
It's financially difficult. It's hard to get dancers because the society's recognition. We don't have a studio. So we run around a different venue for rehearsal. We didn't stop one day of working. Since the house got burned down, we didn't cancel any performance. But I think that process made the company even stronger. And then we gradually find this place with the support of the government. But all the funding is coming from the people. Every bricks, every pile is from people's donation.
The donations to rebuild Cloudgate came out to about 370 million NT, or about $12 million US dollars equivalent, from around 175 business groups and almost 4,000 individuals. And the government donated their current site in Danshui with its beautiful view of the ocean, which was inaugurated on April 19th of 2015.
So if when you walk in, outside the theater, there's a wall called Gratitude. So all the 4,155 names there, that's the donation, that the people who donate. That even the children, including primary school children, they donate 100 NT, their name is on it. And without that name, there's no such place. So with this society's expectation and support, we have to do even better. So nothing is easy. To get better, quality matters. But we moved here in 2015. So having a theater is new for us. In the past, we just running a dance company. We're touring, the whole company will go out and come back. But now there's always somebody here. There's something different. In the past we go on tour 7 weeks or 9 weeks, the whole company just went out, so the studio would be empty. But this is now it's a big organization.
Well, that's admirable, and I can see why you have not only the dancers but also all the people working in the offices, because there must be a lot of organizing to do for all of these performances.
Yeah, having a theater makes such difference. The connection with the society is very different.
What kind of things go on inside this gigantic building?
This Cloud Gate Theater, there are 80 people working here every day. There are several departments. The dance company here, 26 dancers, including rehearsal masters, artist director, about 30 something. And there's a technical department. And there's administration and programming, marketing. And we're running a Cloud Gate Theater, which is not just for Cloud Gate Dance Theater, it's a venue for various performances, including dance, music, play, drama, and even children concert.
26 dancers, you said?
At this moment.
At this moment.
Oh, this is a lot. As a contemporary dance company, this is huge.
Is it really? I mean, I guess I saw this giant building and I thought there must be 100 or something, but 25, wow, 26.
26 dancers.
Wow.
Yeah, usually as a ballet company, you have more dancers. But for contemporary dance company, I would say the average size is around 10 to 20. 26 is quite big. We select performance group 1 or 2 years before the events. When Cloud Gate Theater established, there's a core value which we like to build a center which provide opportunity for younger artists to create, to rehearse, and to present the work here. This is a mid-sized theater. So all kinds of groups, they can come here and apply, or we go and invite them. Cloud Gate Dance Theater is a theater open for everyone, for all kinds of performing groups to perform here, and classes and workshops.
Okay, wow, okay. And how difficult is it to get into the workshop? I'm curious, if someone loves dancing and wants to come learn, can they just apply and come here?
The workshop usually relate to the performance. Like we have some theater company coming for children, and then we provide a children theater workshop. We have a whole series of programs for children. So they will come to a day called Cloud Gate Party Days. And
Sounds fun.
Yes, we have people outside, outdoor, doing outdoor performance. And inside the theater, there's other performance. And in between, all these studios are used for workshops. Children 4 to 6 or teenagers. Or usually we also run a physical class which has no age limited.
What is the oldest dancer you've had?
You mean the one participating in
the workshop, I guess?
No age limit.
No age limit, okay. Wow, that's awesome.
And here in Cloud Gate Theater, we run a tour guide of the theater. And we also have a physical class we call live rhythm class. That's for all kinds of people. If you have a group of 8 to 10 people, you can come here and say, hello, we have 8 people. We like to know the history, the story of the building, the story of the theater, the story of the company. And we also like to have a physical class together.
What do you see for the future of Cloud Gate Theater and dance in Taiwan?
Cloud Gate Theater, we would like to become a hub, of a cultural hub for this dance area, to provide good quality performance, to have the arts to connect people of different ages. So here, except for performance, like we were just talking about the workshops, and even there's 2 projects supported by Cloud Gate. One is called Art Makers Project, which provide younger choreographers here to use the venue to create their work. If they're good enough, we can present their work, and they have a little bit of financial help. And the other work called Wanderer Project, that is to give a little bit more mature artists who like to go to do a further development in their career. But it's called Poor Journey because we provide very small amount of money. They have to do a lot of with physical, with not luxury traveling. Mainly it would be like Southeast Asia, the tour. So there are scholarships to support younger artists, and the menu itself also to support the younger creators to do their work. So it's a culture center. It's also a dance company working on making a better work can relate to people as a dance as a media to connect people. So this is our goal, to create better performance, but at the same time to support younger artists to use all this facility, because overall this facility is coming from the society as a platform to benefit to the society.
Well, that's amazing. Thank you so much. I mean, those are all the questions that I wrote down. Is there anything else that you thought of that you'd like to say, or?
Oh, you have a very thorough questions.
I tried to.
Yeah, very good.
I have to say, as someone who spends a lot of time researching for interview questions, that was one of the highest compliments I've received this year. And I won't forget it, because it means I'm doing my job. Thank you to Miss Li Ching-chun of the Cloudgate Dance Theater Taiwan and her assistant Sally, who have both been so helpful and patient throughout this entire setup process.
37 minutes.
That was like the fastest 37 minutes ever. I can't believe the 37 minutes went that fast. As I close out this episode, I'd like to remind everyone to join my co-host Ryan Drillsma in next week's episode of Taiwan Talk. And if we survive the epidemic, then I'll have another episode up in 2 weeks. Stay safe out there, everybody. And until next time, I'm Trevor Tortomasi on ICRT FM 100.